Well. I'm here to report about the traffic box. Oh my goodness. Um, well, I plan to start the day after Labor Day. And how come? Of course, I don't know when that was. No, I think it was September 6th. Let me just look real quick because I remember that. Okay, yeah, September 6th. Um, I was going to start that day. And that entire week was really bad heat wave. It was close to 100, 90, 95. I couldn't work that week at all. I didn't even try. Well, that's a lie because I was worried. My permit only lasts till the end of September. And now I had to hack a whole week off. Well, I hacked a week off for the holiday to start with, 5 days. And then I hacked a week off for the heat wave. And but that Friday of that week, uh, I had to sand the front part of the box because the back panels had been replaced, or the back whatever the hell they are, uh, and but the front still had the old design on. And so I'm like, okay, I really wanted to get a start. I'm like worrying, oh my God, how long is it going to take? I said, I got to at least go out and see how long it's going to take to sand that because I don't go around sanding things. It's just usually if something needs to be, I'm going to paint and something needs to be sanded, I just find something else to paint on. I don't sit there and sand stuff. I just, yeah, sometimes, but I'm pretty lame about it, honestly. And I'm like, sand, who cares? Paint over it. But since this is out in the public, and not in my yard. So anyway, I went out there Friday, and it was hotter than hell already in the morning, and I had this idea I'm going to be sanding all morning. Or all that crap out there. Well, we have a sander, a Ryobi battery sander, and so I went out there with that. Buzz. Man, it sure did. I really had to grind into it and throw in my body weight and all this stuff. And, before this, I haven't moved for a month almost. Well, no, 3 weeks or whatever. But so 20 minutes later, and essentially no progress, it died. And I'm like, okay, 20 minutes? Are you kidding? So I started looking up the price of battery packs, and I'm like, but wait a minute, how many battery packs would I have to have in 20-minute increments that basically do nothing? And OPS only have one charger, so extra batteries don't help that much. So I'm like, oh, crap. So then I thought, well, okay, I've got to buy a plug-in sander because I'm going to use that, uh, what do they call it, a portable power center, basically a battery with some plugins. Um, that's what I use to airbrush with when I'm not by an outlet. And just despite this being by a solar farm, there is no plug-in for mommy there. And anyway, so I was looking up on my phone. I was trying to figure out, and it's sunny and it's dazzling and it's hot. And I'm like, ah. And so usually I go to Lowe's here because it's the first one that you get to. The other one's a little further. Usually I go there. And so I was looked on Lowe's and I was looking for a plug-in sander. I didn't really see too much. And I found one on Home Depot. Oh, I saw two or three, and I'm like, okay. Of and I kind of looked at Ace for a minute. I don't know. So of course I got mixed up and went to Lowe's because I always go to Lowe's. And that was the one where I couldn't find anything, but duh. So I'm in there. They don't organize things the way that I think I would. um, sanders and paint sprayers and chainsaws and yeah. No, they do craftsman and skill and what. So you got to go to like 10 different spots, all these different brands. None I couldn't find. I'm just wasting time and I'm going, oh my God, wasting time. And so then this clerk goes walking by and she's like, are you having trouble finding something? Oh, I had actually took off to the other end of the store because I wanted to get, I forget what, but some other thing. And I gave up on it. This lady's walking by and she's like, you find everything okay? Because I was just like, I think steam was coming out of my ears. And I'm like, well, I can't find a battery set, or I mean, a plug-in sander. And she's like, oh, down there, you know. Oh, I said, oh, this is great. I said, it says aisle 25. And she's like, oh, we don't have an aisle 25. Let me see that. And I show her my phone and she's like, well, that's Home Depot site. This is Lowe's. And I'm like, oh, God. I said, oh, I'm sorry. I meant to shop here. I just, I'm just looking at the wrong site. And she's like, oh, they're right there. You'll see it down there. Send me right back to the same place. And I said, I've already looked at everything over there and there is no plug-in sand. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, sure. I'll call somebody. And I'm like, "Mm." So she called somebody to meet me over there. And I didn't want to do that. I've already lost patience. And so I stood there and I looked around and I waited. And then I'm just like, I walked out. I'm like, oh, screw that. They're never going to come and they don't have it. I already like, oh my God, should I go to Home Depot, another giant store, and blow another 45 minutes for nothing? So I got in the car and I found one on Ace. And Jerry, my husband, was at school working, so I thought, oh, I'm going home. I ordered it on Ace. He brought it home to me, and that was it for that day. That was big old waste of bad O. I got in. Oh wait, I forgot. No, I went back. I took that sander. Let's see. I went back at 11:50, so I was very determined to get somewhere, and it was probably really hot. Uh, it was. In fact, I worked that day until 3:30, and and it was mostly driving back and forth. I mean, this is counting the store, trying to charge batteries, and luckily I don't live too far away, but it does take time to walk back to the car and take what you have to, and jeez. Anyway, so the total working time for that uh, 10 to 3 o'clock day, total working time, 1 hour and 45 minutes. Yeah, because the battery and the plug-in charger also only went 20 minutes. And I had tested that with the airbrush and it will go 2 hours. But obviously, it's a lot harder work. So my battery only lasted 20 minutes. And I am like, hey, but at least it was Friday. So what I did, and so I went home, came home, and I ordered another portable power source. Another $150 or something. But I'm going, well, blah. And then I couldn't decide between the 200-watt that I could get in time for Monday and the 300-watt that I could not get until the Friday, which takes a whole week away. And, even though I'm sure the 300-watt will last longer and be more powerful, I ordered them both because I'm like, oh God, what if it comes early? Because sometimes they do. They didn't. But the 201 came, and I was thinking, oh well, my thing takes forever to charge, or maybe it's just sat there too long. I think I got that battery in 2018 or 19, and we don't use it. And maybe it's like cars. Maybe the battery just degraded. That's why it takes so long to charge. That's why it didn't last very long. So then on Monday, okay, Monday, 9:05 with the first sander, the Ryobi. That lasts 25 minutes. Ooh, I wasn't pushing as hard, because I thought maybe that was not good. Then at 10:30 to 10:40, 9:30 to 10:40. Oh yeah, that's better. Um, Now that was, I don't know if that was the old battery or the new battery. I got mixed up. And then it died at 10:40. And then both things were on the charger at 11, but the new battery charged up quickly. So I went at, I don't know, every every hour and 20 minutes, I had to go try to recharge and drive back and forth and everything else. Oh my God, that is just ridiculous. Okay, so the cool thing is I did get done with the sanding that day. So that was, did I? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think so.